Hey guys, today I'm going to talk a little bit about some braking techniques and braking concepts. So for beginner novice mountain bikers. Okay, so you're going down this single track and there's a nice big left-hand turn coming up. So you want to brake, the bulk of your braking you want to do when your bike is straight up and down, basically in the vertical position, and you're going on a straight line. The reason for that is your tire contact patch in your front and back are at its largest. You know, your contact patch with the ground. When you're in a turn and it's on edge, your tire contact patch is smaller and you'll have less grip. So you want the most grip when you're braking. Okay. Another reason for that is when you're braking and you're in a turn, if you brake hard enough, the bike is going to want to stand up. It's going to want to go up this way. So it's best to go through a turn with no brakes and you're coasting. So you're in your attack position, you're going downhill, you need to scrub off some speed before that turn, because you know from experience if you take that turn at the speed you're going to wipe out, right? You know that. You're going too fast, you won't be able to make it, you'll go into the bushes, you'll wipe out, you go over the cliff, whatever. So the concept for braking is to brake before the turn, coast through the turn, and then continue biking. Like racers typically will do that. Car racing, motorcycle racing, bike racing, they're all the same. So what you want to do is you have to determine your timing. When do you need to brake and how much do you need to brake? And that'll come through experience. So when I'm coming down, going down before the turn, I'll hit the back brake. When you hit the back brake, it sends your weight a little more forward, and if you have a suspension fork, you'll get a little brake dive. So you'll start leaning forward, and that puts the bulk of your weight on the front tire. That's why the bulk of your braking will be on your front brake. Like 75–80% of your braking power will come from the front brake, not the back brake. If you look at a racing motorcycle or you look at some of these exotic cars, look at the disc brake that are on them. You'll see that the front disc brake is a lot bigger, a lot larger than the back brake. And the reason for that is because when you brake, the weight of the vehicle, the bike, the motorcycle, the car, it'll go forward. And that's where the bulk of the weight is. And you'll need to brake from that point where the bulk of the weight is. So I hit the back brake, you get a little brake dive, you'll go forward a little bit, and then you want to do the bulk of your braking with your front disc. You scrub off enough speed, you determine that of course, and then you let off the brakes and then you make your turn. So that's the fastest way to get around a turn. And I'm not suggesting that there's a bunch of racers watching this. I know it's just basically for beginning and intermediate novice mountain bikers, but that's the concept of braking. You touch the back brake, you get a little brake dive, and then you lay pretty heavy on the front brake depending on how fast you're going. And you want to scrub off all the speed while your bike is vertical, in the vertical position. So like I said, if you're in a turn and you brake hard enough, it's gonna want to stand up. So you're going to be fighting that as well, and you don't want to be like fighting the bike going through a turn. You want to make sure you scrub off all the speed before the turn, coast through the turn and continue. Okay, hope that helps, and see you on the trails.